Hi, I wanted to take a few minutes to explain a few things, one of which is a very important question that everyone who's buying a home has on their mind, and that is how much cash do I need at closing time? Well, that amount, that figure, no lender would know the exact amount to the penny right in the beginning, but we do come as close as possible in estimating because there's some unknown factors such as the property taxes and how much we're going to collect for, and you haven't yet shopped for your house insurance. But there is a formula on calculating what we need for that. And I assure you, the numbers that we put together from the beginning are very close. But there are three things that determine the amount needed at closing. The first is your down payment. Where you get your down payment from is an entirely different topic, because often it could be funds that are already saved in your bank account. It could be a gift from a family member. It could even be from a down payment assistance if that's an option. The second are third-party fees. These fees are services for anyone who is involved in the transaction, such as your appraiser, the attorney who's going to close you, and the lender. In short, closing costs are the fees incurred as a result of getting a home loan. Closing costs are generally always the responsibility of the buyer. Sometimes, not particularly in this market, but sometimes you can get the seller to give you a credit towards the amount you need at closing. That's something that would be negotiated between you and your realtor. Wow, I'm tripping on my words today. The third thing are what's called prepaid items. Now, prepaid items, those are your property taxes and your insurance, the amount needed to collect for that. So depending on the home, the prepaids could be, anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. It really depends on what the annual amount is for property taxes and how much the annual house insurance that you obtain is. You're always going to need to pay for the entire first year's insurance up front. So if that premium is $1,000, that's $1,000 part of the prepaid items that will be collected. The next item is property taxes. And there's generally one installment that may or may not be due and be the responsibility of the buyer. But we won't know that until the attorney of choice starts performing their tasks, and they go to your town and they obtain what is called a municipal lien certificate. That certificate certifies and tells them what the next installment is due and who is responsible based on the closing date, the buyer or the seller. The second part of prepaids is what's called a reserve account. Think of a reserve account as a savings held by your mortgage company. They're going to put a cushion in there, and it's generally 3 months of whatever your annual property taxes are. So if your taxes were $1,200 a year, 3 months of that would be $300. They're going to do the same for your house insurance. So if your house insurance is $1,200 a year, that's an additional $300 for house insurance. That's a total of $600 for your reserves, 1 year insurance premium, and if there is any type of property tax installment that's due. So those three things, again, prepaid items, which have everything to do with your property taxes and your insurance, closing costs, and then the down payment. Those three things will determine your final number needed at closing, which we will inform you along the way and give you plenty of time to prepare for that amount and let you know how much the final number is when the time comes. I hope that clarifies. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out, and I can elaborate more on anything regarding any of those three numbers. Thank you so much and have a great day.